Hello, beautiful people. And look, before I start this session, I have a big announcement to make. And, the documentary that's been in the works for a long time about my son Eric's life, it's almost finished. But in order to get to that finish line, the director producer Paola Marino needs some help. So she needs funds to cover all the professional fees that will be involved to bring the story to the screen. Like a professional story editor, a music composer, a sound mixer, an illustrator, animator, etc., etc. Now, Paola created a crowdfunding page where you can donate whatever you feel comfortable donating. You can also donate by purchasing a 30-minute session with one of our mediums, or by purchasing an item from the Erik merchandise store, like the one I'm wearing. Saving the world, one prank at a time. It's an embroidered image, so it's really nice. So anyway, go visit channelingericdoc.com and take a look at it. This project is very near and dear to my heart. And one of my greatest wishes is to get the story out to more people so we can help more people. And I want you to go and see the trailer that's on the channelingericdoc.com. It's so moving. It's so powerful. It was my first reaction. It was a gut punch. But it says it all. So look at the trailer and let me know what you think. Thank you, guys. We're back for part 2 of the Tupac Shakur interview. We have, of course, Jennifer Doran here. Her information will be on the screen and in the box below. We've got my son in the afterlife, Erik, who is going to assist. Tupac hung around, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yes.
And if you guys don't have the backstory for him, then go to part 1 and watch it, because it's a very long paragraph and I don't want to do it again. So there. And most of you guys know Tupac. Thank you, Tupac, for sticking around. Are you game for some more questions?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Absolutely.
So, Tupac, was your relationship with Kidada Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter, real, or were you put together for your image?
No, there was a real connection.
Okay.
There was, but he is saying like when you become famous, okay, not for everybody, and maybe it's like a little bit eased up now, but back in the 90s, it really was like everything was about your image. So
Wow.
nothing was private, nothing was, so
Terrible.
it was, while there was a real connection there, some of it was like staged, or the way it was written about wasn't exactly right. So it's never fully, once I became famous, nothing was ever fully mine anymore.
Okay. Oh, it's awful. So, were you girlfriend, boyfriend for a while? Or just friends or what?
He's he's kind of like, well, so I would say, based on what he's giving me, there was a romantic connection, but as far as like girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't really feel like there was that sort
Not a
of.
big commitment there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How did the idea of your album called Reincarnation come into being? How interesting is that?
How did it come into being?
Yeah.
He's showing me something about like the phoenix, like being reborn, the whole rebirth.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
there's, reincarnation. It's like reinventing yourself, rising up out of the ashes. There's like some sort of connection there. Plus, reincarnation. I don't know when that album came out, but that was kind of like a big thing back then, like in the 90s or whatever, whenever this was, so it was just kind of like a cool word. I do feel like somebody else may have thought of it though.
Interesting. All right, I had to mute it because Bella was barking because Maria came.
Oh,
Okay, what are your opinions in Gene Deal, Gene and then Deal? What is that? Who is currently speaking up about yours and Biggie Small's murder? Look him up.
I don't really actually get a whole lot about this as far as caring, or it's like it's fine. I don't get a whole lot of energy for this.
Okay.
Yep.
But here's some, there isn't much information about Gene Deal. But Ken Deal, yes, he was a Wikipedia doesn't have anything on him, so let's skip that one. Okay. Can you shed some light, or maybe Erik, you might have to intervene here on what happened to Whitney Houston? Was she murdered, or was it just she drowned?
No, she just, yeah, there was drugs in her system and she drowned.
Yeah, that's so weird. How
Yeah.
about Aaliyah's death? Can you say something about that? You or Erik?
Aaliyah? Aaliyah?
Aaliyah? Is it Aaliyah?
Aaliyah?
Okay, Aaliyah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was in that, wait, in the
Was that
plane
the
crash.
plane? Was that the plane
Yeah,
crash?
it was
Okay.
overloaded.
Yeah, this is truly an accident. This isn't there. I don't, they're not giving me anything nefarious. Erik is saying this is just really an accident. It was the timing for it, it was kind of meant to happen. However, they are saying about Whitney Houston, this was not her last exit point. There would have
Oh,
been,
wow.
had she not taken that exit
Yeah,
point, there would have been more for her. But Aaliyah, no, this plane crash was going to happen.
yeah. Okay.
Was she one of the 27, in the 27 club? I don't know if she was 27 at the time, but
Probably.
um,
I'll look it up later.
um,
But you guys can also say in the comments if you want. You can look it up. Are the things said in the Kim Porter's book real? I don't know anything about that.
yeah, I don't know anything about that either. Some, yes,
So what
not
percent do
everything.
you think are real or the truth?
So having absolutely no knowledge of this, I don't know.
Erik, can you give us a percent? 50%?
That's exactly what he was just doing. Erik was giving me like 65 to 70%.
Okay.
So what is that? 25 to 30% leeway.
Okay.
Yes.
We already answered about what do you think about what's happening to Diddy right now. Did that. All right, please tell us more about how Miss Maya Angelou changed your life's trajectory. I think she did that with a lot of people.
Yeah. Um, so it really is interesting because he was telling me that he had a lot of like inspiration from others, and Maya Angelou being one of them. Just that you know, like you can, because he said for a long time I really felt like there wasn't anything big I could do to change things. And he says that she helped me realize I could. I
Good.
could. So it helped with his writing, putting his stuff out there, really feeling like, no, I can be heard.
Yeah,
Um,
that's awesome.
is what he's kind of connecting her to for me.
All right, you seem to be kind of enlightened for your age and
Mhm.
background. Were you in tune with your guides and higher self? Or
Okay, so
your soul?
this goes, he said, to back to before I came into this life, planning this life. He was always going to make a big impact here. So he says, knowing that and knowing it was only going to be 25 years, yeah, I had to come in with a lot less filtering than some other
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Okay,
makes sense.
you can't in 25 years, you can't make that big of an impact on that many people if the veil is too heavy.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I mean, so yes, connected to more to the higher self, more of a connection. Um, but he also, um, is it, I lose my words when I'm connected to the other side. So the channeling.
Okay,
Um,
right.
so he, like, a lot of the words, a lot of the writing, he was really trance channeling.
Wow, that's
Yes.
interesting.
Hmm.
So this is probably something will help this answering this question. What did your writing process look like?
It
Yeah.
really does look very intense. Like like everything else is, it's like I might stay up for 30 hours once I would get going, like this kind of energy.
Yeah. Well, channeling, trance channeling has got to be intense.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it is, he said, but you also, like, really, he would kind of come out of it. Like, like when anybody who's working with spirit, I'm not fully here
Kind of
when
in
I'm
the
when I'm
zone, but
connected.
probably not, yeah.
Yes. And trance channeling, I don't trance channel necessarily. I don't let them kind of into my body. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll have a chat. So trance channeling really is, it's like reaching the meditative state where you kind of are just so in it that you're not really aware here. So for him, he's like, I would kind of come out of it and not really have a lot of recollection over the
Wow.
hours in it is kind of what he's showing me.
Interesting. What was the driving force behind your specific music? I guess the anger. Uh,
Yeah, injustice, the anger, betrayal, but enlightenment, um, you know, the struggle of being, being able to get past some things. Maybe that showed up more in his poetry. I'm not really sure. But there was hope in his writing as well.
okay.
Um, so and again, he's that reincarnation. Like, yeah, maybe there's all this, but
But there's
but his
hope. You can
but
rise from
his
the ashes.
yes, his story in general, he's making me feel like my story in general is very hopeful. I know that sounds weird. You might have to really
Yeah.
look to find the hope, but it's there.
Okay. So how do you feel about the music that you left behind?
Very, very proud of
Okay.
of his
I
work.
would, I would think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
go back
very
and
proud of it.
remind myself, refresh my memory about your music.
Honestly, and just I mean, his voice in general.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he could rap and he could sing. I mean, he just was, this is just me kind
Phenomenal.
of
Yeah.
gushing over, yeah, this, yeah.
You got a
So,
lot of fans out there. All right, let's just do a couple more questions because I want to leave enough questions for part three.
yeah,
And there will be. Do you think rap music is good for teenagers growing up?
it absolutely can be.
Yeah.
Yes,
Are there some that probably shouldn't listen to it?
absolutely. Just the same as video games. Video games
Yeah,
can be really good and video games can be really not good. I mean, really anything. If your mind isn't right, you can twist anything,
I know.
really.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, absolutely. Rap music serves a purpose. It does a lot of good. But yeah, just like with anything, you can twist it if your mind isn't in the
Yeah.
right
So
place.
there's a lot of lessons to be uncovered in rap music. But if you have a mental illness or, you know, emotionally not very sound, then yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
could be
Yeah,
interpreted wrongly by that individual.
absolutely. I mean, people watch the news and if you're not in the right mind, you think that the newscasters are talking directly to you. It's like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
anything that you can get involved in if you're not solid can
Yeah.
twist you up.
Okay. What is your favorite song of yours?
Oh my God, I don't know his whole album, so I have no idea.
Mhm.
He can, and quite frankly, he can't pick a favorite either.
Okay.
There's so many that he really likes. He says there are a few
Can
dogs
you
that were no good, but no, he's really
can
just
you
can't
name
pick
a
a favorite.
couple at least?
So this is so hard for me
Oh yeah,
because
okay.
I
That's
don't
fine.
know the names of a
We'll
lot of
just
the
listen to
songs.
all of them. We'll figure it
Yes.
out for ourselves because depends on
Yeah.
your opinion, of course.
Hmm.
Um, do you have a soul, I mean a starseed life you can tell us about? Do you resonate with or belong to a particular starseed family? I know you don't like this one too. We can skip it if you
No,
want.
it's okay. He's saying to me that his lifetimes have been more connected to Earth
Okay.
than like so when somebody says star seed, I interpret that to mean somebody who does lifetime someplace else. So when they come to Earth, they feel really out of place.
Yeah.
He's saying no, he's come to Earth quite a bit. So
Okay.
he's okay. He doesn't feel disconnected when he's on Earth. But I also am hearing like Arturian. Arturian is where
Okay.
he would connect to as far as galactically.
Interesting. Well, I think all of us have had some sort of galactic life
Oh
here or
yeah,
there. So,
yeah,
well,
yes,
thank you, Mr. Tupac. We got part three that we will do. So, you guys, please hit the notification bell and give Mr. Tupac a thumbs up and Jennifer.
absolutely.
Check
Yeah.
Jennifer out in the description box. And thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Tupac. And thank you. I love you, Erik.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.